Hi, and welcome to another episode of Unshakable Hope. I am Fermi, your host, and I am so glad that you're here with me today. Today's episode is a one that really hits home today because it's been a tough couple of days. So, here we go. Unshakable hope. Having hope even when things are dark. Having hope even when things are hard. When you do not see the light. Sometimes, I think as women especially, we go through these cycles where sometimes there are these really high ups and then sometimes there are these really low lows. And there are these days where we feel like everything is going really well and we're on the right direction and we're heading into that place where we know we want to get to. And then there are some days where we really see darkness. And we do not see where things will get better. And we do not see where things are going to change. And here is where unshakable hope pops in. And I'm going to get a little spiritual because I'm super spiritual. And not only that, I've been very into the learnings of Kabbalah lately. So it really keeps me strong during these times, during these moments where things just feel super helpless and super hopeless. So I'm going to bring it in, take it or leave it. But I think it is important. I think during the days where things are great and life is just rosy and we have momentum and we have energy and we see where we're going, I think it's great. And we just have to keep on tapping into ourselves and coming back home to who we know we are. What happens is when we reach those days of darkness, when we reach those days of hopelessness, and we do not see where the light will come from, we do not see where things will get better. And not only that, sometimes during those days, we fall a little backwards. We fall back in the growth that we've done, and that feeling doesn't help. If anything, it makes it worse. We feel like I didn't get anywhere. I didn't move forward in my growth. Why am I still falling back? Why is this happening to me? Why can't I just get out of this pit already? And there are a couple of things to remember during this time. Number one, be nice to yourself. Really be nice to yourself during these moments. Take the space that you need. Again, I'm going to bring this in through parenting and through being a mom because this is my life and this is where I see it happening all the time. But just like when you see your child going through a tough time, right? Whether you know something's going on in school, he's having a really hard time with his studies, or he's getting bullied, or something is going on, you're going to be a little softer with him. You're going to give him a little bit more space than usual. You're going to maybe be a little gentler with him and not expect so much from him during that time, or be a little kinder, right? Do that to yourself as well. During those times of darkness, during those times of toughness and where you don't see where things are going to get better, be nice to yourself on those days. Be a little kinder to yourself. Speak to yourself kindly. Speak to yourself softly. And treat yourself in a kinder way. Take life a little slower those days. Give yourself some more baths. Be calmer. Don't look to rush. Let yourself go for a little bit. Let yourself relax for a little bit. And you'll be ready. You'll come back on. You'll know when you're ready. So first, just forgive yourself during that time. Be kind to yourself. Number one. Number two, as much as it's hard to hear this, and as hard as it is for me to say it, know deep, deep down that every fall, every time of darkness, every time of falling back, in essence and in reality, is helping you be able to move forward. There is something that you need to learn. There is something that you need to go through during this time, whether it's about becoming stronger, whether it's a lesson that you need to learn, whether if you fell back in your behavior, something is not yet completely done in that area that you still need to work through. You may have thought that you did, but you still have some work to do in that area. It is usually highlighting something. Let yourself see what that place is that you need to highlight. Sometimes it's only afterwards that you see it. Many times we go through tough times and it's tough as we're going through it, and only afterwards are we able to look back and be like, thank you. Like, I needed to go through that. I needed that to happen in order for me to be able to realize XYZ. I needed to go through that relationship in order for me to realize my self-worth. I needed to go back to being friends with that person in order for me to realize that that friendship wasn't for me anymore. I needed to go back to being that chaotic parent for a minute in order for me to realize that, hey, that really doesn't work for me anymore, right? It's sometimes about us going backwards, right? Or us going through a tough time in order for us to really learn something greater in the future. Sometimes when we are there in the future, we're able to look back and really appreciate that dark time, that hard moment, because it built you and it helped you become who you are. So as you're going through that tough time, as much as you don't want to hear it, during that time, know that it's there for a reason, and know that there's usually something that you need to learn, and you're going to learn it. And pray that you'll be able to see the purpose of this hardship that you're going through. Pray that you're able to look back and learn the lesson that you needed to learn. Number 3, and this is where my spirituality comes in and where my learnings of Kabbalah come in. It is during that tough time where you're getting tested the most. It is during that tough time where who you became, where all your growth really takes a turn to shine. Because when life is great and when life is going well, it's easy. It's easy to come out and be positive, and it's easy to have hope, and it's easy to move with momentum. The question is, what happens during those times when it's dark, when it's tough? Who are you during those tough times? Are you still able to show up and be that growth-minded person? Are you still able to push forward with positivity? Are you still able to push forward with hope? That's where really the test lies, because that's where we're really asking ourselves, did I really grow? Because growing doesn't mean that life is all going to be rosy and beautiful and pink. Growing is, yeah, you're going to see lots of that and you're going to see more of that, but are you able to show up as that growing person even when things do get tough, where you don't feel it inside, where that spark is gone for a moment? Are you still able to show up as that person who grew? And during those tough times is where that question really gets highlighted, where you as a person really gets highlighted. Do you fall back into old behaviors? Do you go back to being that chaotic mom? Do you go back into those unhealthy relationships? Do you go back seeking validation from others when you know you don't need it anymore? Do you go back into unhealthy relationships or unhealthy conversations or unhealthy dynamics with people when you know that you are past that and you don't want to be part of that anymore because right now you're just not feeling the spark anymore? What happens when you don't feel the spark? And according to Kabbalah, or according to the way that I understand it, it's like we pray. And we pray for better things, whether that can be a better relationship, whether that can be a better life, whether that's in finances or whatever it is, right? We pray for something that we want. And the universe, the creator, God comes back and is like, hey, you really want that? All right, let's see. Are you able to throw away if I offer you the unhealthy part? Are you able to stand up straight and avoid the unhealthy relationship? Are you able to stand up straight and avoid the unhealthy friendships or these unhealthy patterns that you have? When it really gets tough, do you really want that thing that you want so badly? Or do you just fall to whatever you have during those dark moments? And I think that during that time of hardship, during that time of darkness, is where this test really, really comes to light. And it's like, okay, you're asking for a better relationship, for example, right? You're asking for a healthy relationship. But are you asking for that healthy relationship even when times are tough? Not when you went through the hard time already and you came out the other side and you see that that's really not good for you. When things are tough, are you still able to be strong? Are you still able to realize that, hey, that's not good for you, and realize your self-worth in the moment? I'm just giving examples. But what I'm really trying to highlight here is during those times of toughness, right? Of darkness, are you still able to remain strong and to go after the things that you want and that you know that you deserve and the things that you are praying for? Or do you fall backwards during those times? And those times of darkness, besides for testing you, are really about shaping you into the person that you want to become, are really about shaping you into the person who will be able to hold on to those healthy relationships, or will be able to hold on to all those things that you are praying for. So again, we all go through tough times. I go through them all the time. It's part of life. And it's important to remember during those times that to be soft with ourselves, to not be hard on ourselves during those times, and know that I'm walking down a hard path right now. Let me be gracious. Let me be good to myself right now. B, it's about realizing that maybe right now I don't know, but one day I'm going to look back at this moment and know that it was for my own good and that it built me into who I am. And 3, knowing that this is a test right now, knowing that during this dark moment, I'm being tested to see, has all my growth, everything that I've come to so far, is it still able to stand during this time of darkness? Am I still praying for the things that I want even when things are dark? Am I still able to be strong enough even when things are dark? And holding on strongly during those times to see if, yes, I am. I am able to hold on when things are tough. I am able to be strong when things are tough. And honestly, it's about holding on a little bit blindly. It's about holding on to your beliefs, to what you know is to be true, without seeing it or without feeling it. And it's tough. It's like literally, it's almost like if someone tells you, okay, if you walk really straight down this road, okay, you're going to get to the other side. And you start walking down this road, and suddenly it gets really dark and you can't see where you're going. But you still choose to walk down the road, and you're walking straight because you know that you need to walk straight in order to get to your destination. It's about continuing to walk straight even when the light is off, even when it's dark, even when you cannot see the path, even when you feel lost and afraid and scared. It's about continuing to walk down the path no matter what. And that's holding on to the growth that you know that you've achieved so far, holding on to your belief in something better, in something greater. Ultimately, for me, it's about holding on to certainty to the Creator, to God, to know that He's here with me on this path no matter what, and I'm just going to continue going, even if I don't see the rosy parts, even if I don't see Him right now, even if I don't see the good that I know that there is. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you guys next time.